Okay, we are back with fractions, and now it's time to teach them, okay? I'm sure you've already watched how to introduce fractions to your child, and now we're at a point where it's time to, start moving along and teaching this concept of fractions. So thank you again for joining me. Let's get learning. All right, so if you can remember fractions a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you remember that they are equal parts of a whole? Yes, that is right. So, for instance, if we had this rectangular object here and we wanted to create parts of it, let's say we wanted to have 4 equal parts or cut it into fourths, it would look like so. So we have one down the middle and here, and I know mine aren't great, but you get the gist. We have 4 equal parts. So right now this fraction would be a fourth, right? The rectangle is cut into fourths. And so that's something your child could know. But let's say we didn't want fourths and we wanted to slow it down. And I can't slow it down because my eraser is not working. But let's say my eraser is working and we wanted to start off and just show your child, all right, we're going to cut it in half. All right, so our rectangle is now cut into halves. So it's time to find parts of a whole. Right here we have, we have 2 parts of a whole, which means our fraction would be something, and I'm just going to use a over 2. But again, we're not here yet. Who cares about numerators and denominators? That's the stuff that kind of confuses kids because they'll get that from home. And then at school, we're not there yet. Stay away from numerators and denominators for the point of today. Thank you. All right, so we have our rectangle cut into halves. Now, we're going to cut it even further we cut a half into a half, and what we're really making is a fourth again, except the lines are straighter, and so your child needs to understand the fact that fractions are equal parts of a whole, and I need to change that word to equal, don't I? I know some of you are like, it should be equal, so find equal parts of a whole. All right, so after we find our equal parts of a whole, and we know that there are 4 equal parts of a whole here, to teach the concept of fractions, we want to then go to the next step. And we want to ask first, how many parts are there to this whole? And your child, as we said, there are 4. So now you want to spice it up a little bit and tell them, well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to color 1 part black. And so they'll take their pen, they'll go, oh, no. Well, they won't do it that way. You're going to laugh very loudly when you see how your child colors 1 part. They get so into it. I mean, they outline the sides and they come up and they make sure it has perfect, it's leveled out and the gradient is beautiful, and they're going to color, and you're going to sit there for about 10 minutes while they color this. I'm just letting you know, it's fine. Just give them their time. We're all artists, some form of fashion. So, but for here, I colored 1 part black. And that's what you want your child to recognize. Okay, I can color 1 part. So then you ask them, well, out of the 4 parts, how many is black? And they'll say 1. And then that's where you want to encourage some of the language. So 1 out of 4. So 1 of 4 parts are colored. And they'll say, yeah, 1 out of 4. And so now we're working on the verbiage towards fractions. Okay, to move on, then you want to get to a point where you can say, all right, show me fractions. And again, go to the resources section. You can get some of these show me worksheets. So show me fractions. So you have this one. You say, well, I want you to color. And again, we're not using any of this type of stuff. No. It's all verbal. All right. So on the first one, you ask, how many parts do you have? And I'll say 2. Well, show me 1 colored. Show me 1 out of 2 colored. So they'll come in here, and again, they will get very artistic. Now, can I switch colors? Can I get blue? Can I get green? Can I get red? Sure. That's excitement. And even though it's towards coloring, it's inevitably towards math. It's excitement towards math. Give them purple, pink, magenta, teal, turquoise, maroon, trying to think of those, peach, tan, whatever color. Give them the colors. All right. So in this one, you could say, all right, show me 3 out of 4 color. And so they'll go 1, 2, and 3. So you have 3 out of 4, 1 out of 2. And now how many equal parts do we have? And they'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I forgot it here. You want to first ask how many equal parts, and then you give them a color, number to color. So right here, how many equal parts? 8. And you'll say color 5. And so they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So right now we have 1 out of 2 here. Sorry, 1 out of 2 here. We have 3 out of 4 here. And then we have 5 out of 8 here. This is fractions at its best. Your child is really creating and gaining a foundation, and you are doing an excellent job helping them. So, which brings me to my last part. Remember, no numerator, no problem. Right now, we're going to stay away from the whole concept of numerator and denominator because it's not important. It's not important at this point. You want your child to understand what it means, the concept of fractions, before we get to that procedure stuff. All right. Thank you again for joining me on my learning block. I look forward to seeing you next time. Keep learning with me. Bye.